are going to open up your heart and listen what I'm going to tell you. I wrote something, but I think I'm going to allow Spirit to guide me. And I am a mother of 5. I was a mother dedicated to raise my kids. I was not thinking on being a motivational speaker or do anything of that. But my heart was aching. I was becoming such an abusive mother. I was hurting my kids and I didn't know why. I was suffering so much. I had a husband that loved me, but I hated him. And I couldn't know why I was suffering so much. And I asked God, God, help me. I need help. And God always helped and sent me a beautiful man, John of God, not from Brazil, John of God in Texas, as a Hispanic guy. And this man gave me a inner child. I went into a moment of silence, and he did an inner child regression on me. And I realized where all the pain was coming from. I couldn't understand what was going on. And that was the beginning of my journey. I have a PhD of life. I studied as many books as you can ever imagine. And listening to Lisa today, I just remember that time when I said, God, how can I teach people if I don't have a PhD? And God said, I don't need a PhD. You're going to go and teach multitudes. And at that time I said, how am I going to do that? Well, God is so beautiful that I asked God, when I found out that Lisa was coming on February, I said, God, I want to talk to Lisa personally. I don't want to be just in the audience and she doesn't know who I am. And I said, I'm going to call some of my pull-ins that I have, numbers that I have, and I'm going to tell him to call Lisa and tell her that I am Mercedes Guzman and she needs to know me. But I didn't. And yesterday, yes. And yesterday, Angela called and said, yes, and I'm so grateful that some women's answered to my calling, and you're going to go after Lisa Nichols. And I'm like, the Lisa Nichols? And she goes, yes. Oh, I was just, oh my God, you are in my dreams. I love you. Wow. And because of that, me saying yes, God had took me to Argentina in a miracle way. I was in a tour for a month, Argentina and Chile. And right now I just finished my book that is going to be a bestseller. Yes. Yes. And it's about the work that I've been doing for the 11 years already. I've been coaching people around the world. I've been coaching mothers, little kids, restoring their inner child. And I have my beautiful friend here, the general counsel from my country, that I have helped her. And she is one of the witness of how when you follow your heart and heal your inner child, things can transform. And right now I am only allowing God to show me the path to self-love. And I understood that if I didn't love myself, I would never, never find my own way. I remembered when 10 years into my marriage, I hated my husband. I want to divorce him. I said, God, take him. You know, it was so painful, but I didn't understood that I was projecting all my pain on him. The pain that I carry in my childhood, the pain that I was carrying from my mother not being there for us because she couldn't. She had the same childhood and she was not present. And being exposed to my first cadaver when I was 5 years old in a country that was torn between guerrillas and the army, I grew up not knowing if the next day I would be alive. I will crawl into my bed. I remember at night and thinking that the guerrillas will come and took us out. And if I will hear a car during the night, I would just cry because I knew that the guerrillas of the army will come and get us. But life had a purpose for me. I always dream about helping others. And I grew up with the basics you can imagine in the marketplace. My parents didn't have an education, and they had to sell goods at the marketplace. In the marketplace, I grew up with first people that were mentally ill, people that were robbers. I fed many of them because we sell food, and I would see their pain. I would see kids crying, and then I felt that I really was blessed. Even though I didn't have much, I saw who can have nothing. And that gave me a sense of just compassion. And one day, I remember I was 14 years old, and I said, God, please show me. I need to help you. I want to serve you. And the only way that that 14-year-old mind could find was religion. And I joined the church. And when I joined this church, I found out that I was special, that God loved me if I will fulfill some of His commandments. And I didn't know that that path would put me in a quest of finding myself. And when I was in 4th grade, a beautiful teacher said, you are the architect of your own destiny. And I said, I am. Okay, and then I can create anything I want. Yes. And from that moment on, I decided that I want to study. And I told my mother when I finished high school, Mother, I know that you are going to make some sacrifice, but I will pay you back what you're going to do. I'm going to go to the capital and I will study. And I did that. I studied. I didn't finish my career. But when I was in San Salvador, in a little country called named El Salvador, I said I want to work in an international company, and that came about. And then I said, well, if you gave me that, I want to work next job to the American Embassy. I didn't speak English. It's hard for me still, But at that time, I could not have a conversation. I went to work with the American Embassy. And then when I was at the American Embassy, I said, God, I want to marry. Can you send me a man? And my boss was at 29 years old, and I was 23, and I married. And this is the man that 10 years in our marriage, I want to strangle him but this man had taught me so much, and my kids. And when I was in the verge of becoming literally a crazy person, God sent help. And now it's been 11 years since I've been coaching all type of people around the world. I'm not done in any clothes. And today I had a beautiful blessing from someone that is the next speaker. She gave me a blessing, and when my daughter was doing my makeup, because she's a makeup artist, I closed my eyes and I saw Virgin Mary. Mm-hmm. And she was present there. It was so beautiful. And I said, thank you for being here today. I needed this. This is like a door for me right now, because I know that I'm stepping in something greater and brighter, and I cannot even see what I'm stepping today, this moment, and she was there for me. I know that if I would be from another culture, maybe another divinity would show up, but I love Mother Mary. And I start crying. My daughter said, Mom, you cannot cry right now. I'm doing your makeup. and I know that Lisa being here and me being here and you listen to other sisters and you being here is not coincidence. This is destiny. We are women, and we need to show the world that we are ready to support God's job, and we are here to give light to others. We need to heal our inner child. That's something that I cannot tell you enough. You can Google me in mercedesguzman.com, but Inner Child Wellness is my English version. And your inner child is the most essential part, because she is the bridge that will take you to God. Yes. The inner child is waiting for you to listen to her, to talk to her, And today I want to live one example how you can do it. I do it all the time. Our inner child is alive. She is ruling your life, is governing your life day by day, and you don't even know that she is doing. She sometimes makes you do things that you don't want to do. And then you ask, why am I doing this if I know better? Well, it's your inner child. She can give you a heart attack. She can give you any illness if you don't put attention to her. The moment that you start listening to that beautiful girl, you're going to become a healthy adult, because a broken child is a broken adult. And one way I do it, and I'm going to teach you today, is I am very patient with my inner child. When she starts acting out, I do this. Calm down, my little Merceditas. Calm down, beautiful. I am in charge here. You're not in charge. Many times when we were growing up, they didn't have patience with us. They want you to be an adult like they were an adult. And when you make a mistake, you condemn yourself, because now mommy and daddy is not there. But you are to hit yourself and say, what stupidity I did. Why did I say that? And we start talking those bad things to ourselves. Today I invite you to grab that beautiful child of you and say, it's okay, sweetie. Mommy didn't know better. What's going on between daddy and mommy had nothing to do about you. Nothing. Nothing. I invite you at night to grab a little pillow and pretend that is your inner child and say, what do you feel today? How do you feel today? And if you're having a problem with a boss, one of your sons, your spouse, talk to her and say, who is she representing? Who is him representing in your life? And you're going to be amazed how that little girl is going to show you who she is thinking that person is. Many times we get into a relationship and we don't see our husband. I am right now helping a couple, and she is seeing his sisters, and she is seeing her brothers in him, and they fight all the time, and they get so upset at each other, and they love each other. They're so beautiful couple. They're from Chile, and I am showing them the way, and now he was very confused because she was acting more calm, and he said, I got worried a little bit because she's calmer. Why? Because she started talking to her inner child. I got a little boy that he was 15 years old. He was failing all his classes. And when her mother brought it to me, she had put him in a lot of psychologists and psychiatrists. And what he needed was to heal his inner child. He was 15, but age 6, they had a tragic situation in their family, and they had to move. And when he moved into a new school, these kids start bullying him. And the first day of class, he fell and broke some part of his ear, and he started bleeding. And that was it. That was the starting of a lot of other events that make him feel that he was not good enough. When they sent him to me, we started talking to that 6 years old, that 7-year-old. That boy graduated with honors, and he's going to a great school now. The inner child is a big intrinsic part in your life. Don't forget it. Today, invite her to help you. I told my inner child today, I said, Merceditas, can you help me to give this speech? And have you noticed how little kids get so excited when you ask them to do something? Well, my inner child got very excited. And I just want to tell you that you are loved. You are the face of God. The dreams that you can dream are very small for what God has in store for you. Keep dreaming, keep charging on, keep allowing yourself to open to greatness and abundance. I grew up without money, but now I know that money is already in me. I can manifest money so easily and effortlessly, and it's been a journey about love. And I just want to tell you that if we love ourselves and we don't forget our inner child, we're going to have a very beautiful, healthy planet. And the moment that we transition, like Lisa was saying, we are going to be that person that people are going to talk about it for many years. And instead of crying, they're going to smile because we live. Thank you very much.